Hey, fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for
Tyson Fury being spoken to by Ben Davison. And there's the moment, the pre-fight kiss. I have never, ever seen that before.
So there's been a few, but people take drugs, don't they, in boxing? They all take drugs, I'd say. All of them.
Really?
Yeah. I'd say they're all abusing performance enhancers or weight strippers or whatever they're going to do to take drugs. I think they all take drugs. All athletes.
Define all. Who's
everybody?
Well, obviously you're not talking about yourself, so.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Oh, it's time to bleed this morning. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Yeah. Let's do this roll call real quick because there's some stuff I want to cover here. Good morning. Slim Hussein, Dow Big G. Tay, ex-wife, what up? Straight Convo, what's good? Shawa, what up, sis? Oh, man, if y'all missed Tay Jones live last night, he had Brian Norman Sr. in there, and there was a lot of, man, just go watch it. Tay Jones went live last night. There was a lot of truth. Shout out to the Normans. Storm and Norman. Listen, man, that kid is a whole problem. Tay been talking about him since I known him. That past few years, and yeah, he had an outstanding performance. He had his dad on last night, and there was a lot of things in that conversation that, you know, it's like, ooh, yeah. Old buddy Tank was mentioned. Yeah, just go watch it though. Just go watch it. I'm gonna tell Tay today to clip a certain part and make it a short. I'm telling you. And he knows exactly what part I'm talking about. I was like, ooh, what? Let me find out Tank Davis has a habit about lying about sparring sessions. The more you learn, time reveals all truth, but that's for another day. Shawa, salute to you, good sis. Anwar Willis, Eric H., Dale Blackwood, Pete Davenport, Eric Jordan in the building, salute. Star City J, Mr. Shelton, Chilltown Major, Sam Mack, Todd Swindle, CT Fat Boy. Jumped on me, hold on, I'm sorry. Dante, Simon Bridgman, Black Alpha, Black Undertaker, back to back, look at that. Black Alpha, Black Undertaker, J. Wayne Citizen, Young Brother. Trey 50. Apex Prowler early in that super chat. He said, the great white hype era is in full effect. I read White's saying that fight was the greatest of all time. Laugh out loudly. Salute. Druth in the chat, man. Salute to you. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm not mad at that because it's the Negroes that allowed this to happen. And they're looking at this and they're well trained. They're well trained. They're saying what the majority of the public is saying. This is one of the greatest fights that we've seen ever. And who's there to debate that? Us? They don't listen to us because we're playing the race card. They don't listen to us. So I'm cool with it. They're cool with it, but I know what I know because who's going to debate us with this? They're going to act like almost 20 years ago, we didn't watch Diego Corrales versus Jose Luis Castillo. They're gonna like we didn't watch Vitaly Klitschko versus Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis versus Evander Holyfield 2 times. Bo versus Holyfield 3 times. This was the greatest fight they've seen, like, ever. Of course. Man, we need to rock t-shirts with Roger Mayweather on it that says most people don't know shit about boxing. And that's my response. We have to look at who's trying to debate us on this. Case in point, and we're going to talk about this. Some fool-ass Earthman jumped in my comment section on my Ryan Garcia videos. I must have made about 1,000 of them. And his stance was, why would Ryan take drugs a day before the fight? I mean, are you kidding me? All right, clearly that's a wild masturbator over Ryan that feels that what he said makes sense. And as long as he has a peanut gallery, what is a peanut gallery full of 50 motherfuckers that think like that against 2 people that have logic and science on their side? The peanut gallery is loud and proud, but that don't mean they're right. Of course he's not going to take something the day before a fight. 2 things. Did he take it after the fight? Because it was there. I know a lot of people that can be legally drunk, but they can still go to work and do their jobs. But legally, if they get pulled over and they blow into the breathalyzer, it'll damn near melt. But for some reason, they can function. But legally, they're drunk. And as the day goes on, you don't remain drunk. It wears off. You find yourself trying to explain to these ham and eggers how performance enhancement drugs work. They try to hide things. And what we're witnessing now is a bunch of excuses. We're going to get to it. Adewale M, salute. Marcus Walls, I kill vibes. Jason, I know it all, salute. Oh, salute to you, I know it all. Welcome. Young brother. Rod Neal, 704 Joe, Dill Spoolie. MXC, the Sensei, Stormy B, man. That was a great premiere this morning. The Jab Jamboree, go subscribe to my brother. Reef the Watcher, been putting out great work lately, brother. I'm there. Bob, what's good? Jeff Spark. Gerard Harlem in the building. See the guy, what's good? Aaron, what's good? Yeah, let me throw that up because Aaron knows. He's a personal trainer. So a lot of people confuse their knowledge of boxing with the knowledge of human psychology, I'm sorry. And they're 2 completely separate things. Abadordi, salute. I like to keep it simple here, Aaron, because I get a lot of people from those very peanut galleries. They hop in my comment section and they think they know what they're talking about. I mean, stop talking to me if you just learned how to tie your shoes like 3 days ago. Stop. Just stop, bro. Just stop. Ostarine is not supposed to be in your system. Why was it there? That's all we're asking. Why was it there? Why was it there? But anyway, we'll get back to that. We're talking about Tyson Fury. And now you do see Ryan there. Marcus, what up? You see Ryan there. Felix, Cobra Head, what up? If I missed you in the chat, know that I love you. But I got to get this cooking because something very unique happened. Something very unique happened. First of all, the reason why I got Shakap and Tank and Ryan there, Ryan coined Fury as the GOAT. His favorite fight of all time. Coincidence? I don't think so. Tank is in the pocket for Ryan. stumbling over his words, talking about, it's 72 hours. No, okay, so all you clowns are blaming VADA for this? I need you niggas to stay right there. Do not forget the stance that any of these people took. Mansa Musa, salute. Do not forget the stance that all of these people took. Didn't Shakur call Tyson Fury the cheat code? Didn't he say that? Ain't nobody beating Fury. Ali wouldn't beat Fury. You know what I'm noticing? These kids, they might be great athletes and they might be great boxers. But you know where they lack? And I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me with this, especially Stormy. These kids didn't grow up watching boxing, man. And I think that, I don't know, that should be a law. No matter how great of an athlete you are, you need to become a student of the game. And as a matter of fact, if you're training these kids, I don't understand how some of these trainers don't say, okay, today we're not doing no physical work in the gym. Or, wait, hold on. While you ride the bike or you're on the treadmill, you're going to watch an entire bout. I want you to sit down, get on that treadmill, and you're going to watch Marvin Hagler versus John the Beast Mugabe from rounds 1 to whenever it ended. That's your homework for today. I want you to listen to how Marvin Hagler conducted his interviews, how Sugar Ray Leonard conducted his interviews, how Muhammad Ali conducted his interviews. You understand what I'm saying? There should be like a law where you have to like go to school or something. And I firmly believe if you're a trainer, if you're not doing that, there's something wrong with you. When I heard Tank say he never watched Marvin Hagler, I was like, how do you not? Don't you start out being a fan of the sport first? I don't get it, man. Maybe if you watch this stuff, you see one thing I say about Mike Tyson, there's a lot of good things I can say about. I know y'all might think that I rip on him, but everything that I don't rip on him, I tell the truth. I tell the truth. I don't rip on him, I tell the truth. But one of the things that I did notice about him, one of the first interviews I seen with him was he was a student of the game, man. You can actually sit down with Mike Tyson and have a conversation about boxing? I mean, the history of the sport. Y'all might not agree on everything, but this guy has a whole collection. He was a student of the game. He immersed himself into boxing. And when he immersed himself into boxing, that's when he was great. When people pulled him away from certain things, that's when things went crazy. But Koss used to sit his people down in front of like the films, like, yo, watch this. This is what you need to watch. And you incorporate that into your game somehow. Or you figure out, if I fight somebody like this, I know how to combat that. This is crazy. When I heard Tank say that, I was like, what the fuck? No problem, Apex. Pete Depps, what's good? Now, I don't know if Shakur's on that same type of time, but I'm seeing that in these kids, because there's no way Shakur is a student of the game. And he said what he said. And especially in real time, do you not know what Tyson Fury has been about the whole time? You gonna tell me you've ignored everything? I know you're worried about your own career, but if you got a moment to stop and make these wild, what I deem as wild thoughts, wild opinions. If I spoke to this dude right now, Shakap I'm talking about, and I said, man, you know Tyson Fury can't even come to the United States, right? He gonna say, huh? Yeah. You know he can't come here, right? Huh? What do you mean? You know, Daniel Kinahan, you know, the Kinahan gang, and huh? What you mean? You don't know? Eh, whatever. The fuck? Ridiculous. So one-sided. I mean, and let me touch on something real quick before I get to fuck out of here. Real quick before I get to the topic. I want to take a moment to salute Town Biz. Did a video, and I was reading on I read somewhere online. I didn't really pay it no mind. I just let it, roll off my shoulder. But I'm glad Town Biz did a video on it. Brian Norman Jr. had an outstanding knockout over the weekend. Outstanding knockout. And again, please go watch Tay Jones live last night. He had Brian Norman Sr. on, his dad. And he talked about his experience in California. He experienced some racism. They didn't even let him get in the ring to celebrate with his son. The Mexican dude he fought was the favorite. And Brian beat his ass. And it was a bad knockout. But turns out the Mexican dude was favored. And Brian beat his ass and knocked him out. It was a highlight reel knockout. Now, when he fell, Brian Norman squatted next to him and stared at him. That's what people call the jail pose. I know about that. Right? And I saw some people saying, oh, man, that was out of character. Not out of character, because they don't know his character. They were saying things like, it was tasteless. And I saw them saying that. I was like, yeah. And I immediately thought, I said, man, I ain't got no problem with that. Because, first of all, that cat was fighting dirty, man. Go watch the fight. If you missed it, go watch the fight. I saw a lot of rabbit punches. That cat was fighting dirty. And Brian maintained his composure, fought off the ropes, and he knocked the shit out. That dude looked like Hamburger when he was done. I'm dead serious. His face, if y'all remember, when Manny Pacquiao fought, what was it? David Diaz. He bust his face up. That's how he looked. And the way he fell, he was stiff. And I don't think that dude will ever be the same again. Yeah. I don't think he'll ever be the same again. And Brian Norman fell with him and did like the jail pose. Exactly, Mr. Shelton. When people started to talk about that, they tried to start a situation with how he won. And I'm like, I remember watching El Rayo knock out Elmo Sherbert, and I applauded because I don't like Chris Colbert. I don't like him. And when he knocked him out, he had him planking and hanging over the damn bottom rope. El Rayo looked towards the camera and did the jail pose, and I applauded. I said, "Hey, man, let me take it back further than that. Before that, didn't we watch Jared Anderson knock some brother out and did the jail pose to the camera? I mean, I guess this is what these kids are doing now, right? It's what these kids are doing now, right? Oh, okay. So I ain't got no problem with it. But all of a sudden, Brian Norman did it. It's a problem. So I just want to point that out. Salute the Town Biz, because I saw something about it. I said, I ain't going to talk about that. You know what I mean? So it's whatever. So anyway, salute the Town Biz. That was a good job. Thank you for doing that video. But let's get on to the topic. Now Fury is bipolar. On Talk Sports in the UK, what I find and what you might not know is that there are a few people over there that do hold Fury accountable. And it's hilarious. So what I'm gonna do is I have a new way of doing fair use without showing the actual video, so I ain't gotta like do these hacks now. So let me move this. I just figured this out too. So now y'all will be able to hear the audio without seeing the video. So this is actually fair use. I don't know if they try and strike my video though, but I'll work that out. But I think that this is very important for the family to hear. So, oh yeah, salute to John Fury, you know, King Kong Bundy of boxing right there, bastard. So this is an interview with Frank Warren and Simon Jordan on Talk Sports Radio. Well, Talk Sports Podcast. Apparently, Fury didn't want to talk to them. Now, these are his people, and Fury didn't want to talk to them. So I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. But listen to this. This is eye-opening. Fair use.
We're talking about the world of boxing. We're talking about what happened in Riyadh on Saturday night. And we're talking about the fact...
Hold on. Can y'all hear it? Press 1 if you can hear it. I just want to make sure y'all can hear it. True Boxing Night, salute. Y'all can hear it. All right, good. Good. So we on. Now listen to this.
Fact that it wasn't Tyson Fury who won. It was Alexander Usyk. 2 judges scored at Usyk, 115-112 and 114-113. The other 114-113 for Fury. So not a unanimous decision, a majority decision, but Usyk's hand was held aloft at the end of the night. What next for Tyson? What next for Usyk? I'm delighted to say Tyson's promoter, Frank Warren, joins us live on the show. Frank, good afternoon to you. When you look back at it, how was the experience?
It was a tremendous experience. It was the most important fight, as I said, from the beginning of the 21st century. And it was an epic battle between 2 gladiators who gave their all and left their all in the ring.
Yeah. How is Tyson? Back here and recuperating? What's his mood?
He's back here. He's, as you say, recuperating. His mood is that he wants the rematch. And that's already signed for, so that will happen.
So when will that be, Frank?
In October.
The rematch is in October in Riyadh, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody back out there and it all happens again.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm pleased to hear that. Because obviously I have mixed emotions about Tyson's behaviour over the last 12 months, but never doubted the ability of the fighter. So I'm really pleased that when adversities come knocking, if the claims that he's made over the years that he is the best heavyweight.
Now, right off the bat, he's already firing shots. You heard what he said. He had mixed emotions about his behavior over the last year. I mean, look, man. You know what's happening over there? Let me tell you what's happening over there. What's happening over there? African thought, what's good? What's happening over there is the same thing. It seems like the same thing that what we're going through over here. When we was dealing with Deontay Wilder, we was like, yo, we was looking at these super coons like, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? What's going on with y'all? So it sounds like he's being held accountable. Now, we're going to go through these excuses that he made. See, the difference is with Deontay, we found out some things down the road with this man saying, oh, whoa, what's that? And while MTK Global was around and Daniel Kennedy was around, we was pointing this stuff out. The Negroes was telling us, ignore it, you're making excuses. Okay. Fair use.
Are to be backed up. He needs to take this rematch. He needs to come through adversity and redeem himself in the same way that Lennox Lewis did, the same way that Mike Tyson did, and the same way that Muhammad Ali did at times when they suffered losses. So I'm really pleased to hear that.
Well, before you ask me any more questions, I want to answer what Simon said about his behaviour. And I've got to be honest, and you know, Simon and I, we have lots of discussions and so forth, and we agree on a lot of things, and there's things I don't agree on, and him vice versa.
Indeed.
You know, Tyson is bipolar.
Whoa! What That's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Froggy went courting, he did ride Crambo. Froggy went courting, he did ride Crambo. Froggy went courting, he did ride a sword and a revolver by his side. Crambo killed That's the hard part right in there, and then nephew. Crambo killed a la-la-lo, flop-a-doodle-yellow bug, too long did he cover up, now bottom it, Crambo.
What?
Y'all remember when Deontay Wilder's suit was too heavy? You remember that? Listen, it is never on our time. I told you years ago, because it's been years now, you get what you put out. And we don't know when, but somehow it's going to come back to you. This is his second fight in the Middle East. He fought Francis Ngannou and got knocked on his ass. And some people thought that Ngannou won that fight. And we're like, wait a minute, is Ngannou that good? And we were like, no, Fury's that horrible. He's just tall. AJ gets in there and smoked Francis Ngannou in one round. One round. Smoked him. That's what it was supposed to look like. He smoked him with basics. Basics. Fury was in there with Ngannou fighting for his life. Throwing elbows that were connecting and everything. And almost lost. Some people say he did lose. What you saw. Oh yeah, wait. Now he gets in there with Usyk. Let's not forget, he prolonged it. He prolonged the fight, y'all. He had two camps. Y'all remember? Because this is the famous Fury move. I'm gonna fight. Wait a minute. Injury or something, and I got a cut. Let's push it back another 3 months. Had to get his weight under control. Gets in the ring with Usyk and got smoked again. What you're looking at is a drug-free Fury. And if he takes that rematch, because now there's questions of whether he's going to take it. His own people, and salute to Stormy B, man, he said this in the premiere this morning. His own people are saying, I don't think Fury wants any more of that. What does this sound like? What does this sound like? Y'all remember Wilder Fury won? Andre Ward said, I don't think Deontay's going to want any more of that. We were like, what are you talking about? As soon as the fight was over, he says, I wanted a rematch. Y'all remember that? Now, look what's happening to Fury. His own countrymen are saying, I don't think he wants that smoke. Now, Frank Warren is in his feelings in this interview. You're going to hear it. How dare he say he doesn't want any more? They're fighting in October. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, they fight in October. Usyk knocks him out. That's my opinion. Because Fury has no drugs in his system. He has no assistance with poison water and deflated gloves. None of that. Y'all see this all coming full circle now? Y'all see this? Don't act like you don't see it, because I'm going to remind you. And by the way, what happened to all the American Fury fans? Where'd y'all go? What? I rest my case. There were never any American Fury fans. Fair use, y'all. So now, Frank Warren's in his feelings. And he's going to explain to you why he's in his feelings over this bipolar thing. This is the first time we're hearing anything about bipolar. And by the way, this is the first time we're hearing about him being bipolar. Right? This is the first time I'm hearing it. Right? Am I wrong on that? Has anyone else heard that Tyson Fury was bipolar? Anyone else heard that? Let me know in the chat, please. I could be wrong. I'm not perfect. Has anyone else heard that he's bipolar? Anyone else heard that? Anybody? Did I miss it? Okay, let's say we've heard it before. Where is the clinical diagnosis? Y'all remember they was asking, D said, yo, I got poison. Where's the toxicology report? Remember that? I want to see paperwork. I want to know the doctor who diagnosed him with and said, yo, he's bipolar and he needs to take this pill. Y'all remember that? We need to see the toxicology report. You don't know to fucking go get your blood work done if you don't know you've been poisoned. When these people out here, when these chicks out here get roofied in the clubs, or if you a dude and Cardi B roofied your ass and lifted your wallet off you when you was unconscious, you don't know you're getting roofied. No one's agreeing to that. I want to see the paperwork. I want to talk to his doctor because I don't believe him. Fair game, right? Okay. That's what I thought. Fair use. And he's going to explain, Frank Warren's going to explain why he got a soft spot for Fury. Not me, but let's go. Fair use.
If you go on the NHS website and you're talking about the things that are said, you look on there and you look at the symptoms, and bipolar, by the way, is been the word for the last few years on manic depressive, which is a mental illness, a serious mental illness. And it includes things like mania, feeling very happy, elated, overjoyed, talking quickly, feeling full of energy, easily irritated or agitated, dealing with suicidal feelings, which without treatment, they may get stronger, as they did with him, because he was very close to that.
He's reading from something that he's looking at something. Frank Warren is looking down and reading something, but go ahead.
Self-harm, not just physical self-harm, mental self-harm. And you should avoid drugs and alcohol. And
should avoid drugs and alcohol. Okay, I'm gonna let him finish.
He was well documented, especially when some of these things were said, which were attributed, which some were said and some were, I think, were manipulated. But that's a fact. And then, which I think is something that's quite important for somebody who has bipolar, because my brother committed suicide, as I mentioned to you before. So.
There you go. There you go. Now listen. His brother committed suicide. His brother was bipolar. But I bet you his brother was clinically diagnosed with that. I'm asking, because he's reading from a script, I'm asking, was Tyson Fury clinically diagnosed as bipolar? Now, I know, listen, you know what this is like? And I'm saying this with full respect to Frank Warren, and, I don't know what happened with his brother other than what he's saying. And I'm not making light of that. That's not something that, I'm not clowning, but I need you to listen. He's emotional, and he thinks he knows what he's looking at in Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury is behaving like an asshole, and I'm not fin to give him a pass by clinically diagnosing him, because I'm not a doctor, by saying he's bipolar. I'm sorry. I guess he has Tourette's too, right? Nigger, right? Guess he got Tourette's. Let's just throw everything on there. He got asthma, Tourette's, You know, whatever, right? Oh, it's fair game. It was a Biggie lyric, right? Don't play this game with us, man. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. Your fucking father in the back right here headbutted a man for no fucking reason other than the fact that he was standing there. Is he bipolar too? And by the way, his felon ass can't come to the United States either. Bipolar? This is what the dude did. His shit even be in the fucking ring? Now he's bipolar? Who's taking this serious? But when Deontay Wilder said, I don't know what happened. I don't know. The suit felt heavy. I don't know what was going on. Everything felt bugged out. That's what I heard him say. He didn't say I lost because the suit was too heavy. He didn't say that. That's what y'all heard. Not y'all, but that's what the media heard. And they took it and ran with it. So now Fury got his ass kicked. And he's been behaving out of sorts because he's fucking bipolar. Frank, with respect to what happened with your brother was clinically diagnosed. Your brother's been clinically diagnosed. I'm asking, has Tyson Fury been clinically diagnosed? Does he take medication? I'm asking. Because this sounds like a bunch of what? Excuses. Just take the L. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? All this talk about, there was an asthma pump inhaler. That's a steroid. It opens up the lungs. You can't use that in boxing. I see what's going on out here. Now Usyk is using asthma pumps when he was kissing the cross. Listen, I saw a picture of the video and I saw the video in motion. I can't tell if it's a cross, just like I can't tell if it's an asthma pump. We don't know what that was. They said, they blocked it and put something in his mouth. I didn't see that. You know what I did see? I saw them put a towel or unplug the camera before he in the locker room when he was warming up, and we couldn't see what was going on in the locker room. I saw that. Now look, Dennis Rodman had asthma, or still has asthma. Did y'all know that? Y'all remember watching him on the sidelines when he played for the Pistons, when he played for the Bulls, the Spurs? He had an asthma pump. I know boxing is different. Why don't we ask Shannon Briggs? He has asthma. Did you know that? I'm asking. I mean, are we going to have a conversation or not? Because all this is sour grapes right now. Your man lost. Take the L. I have no vested interest in either side. But we saw Fury lose. Take the L. Why can't y'all take the L? What's going on here? You're so quick. Some of these, and there's haters watching right now, so quick to run over here. Devin lost, take the L. Wilder lost, take the L. Spence lost, take the L. So we taking all these L's. And then I'm looking at this. Today's the 22nd. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Eric Jordan in that super chat, he said, it's judgment day for Mr. Lion. Excuses. You can't hide anymore. These cheating ass monkeys keep shitting in their boots. Fury ain't bipolar. The monkey capping. Of course. This guy's FOS. 88 Sports talking my brother. In that super chat, he said, I didn't see shit. Just like they didn't see shit when it came to Wilder. Carry on. Usyk won. Exactly. I don't know what was going on in this corner. And guess what? I don't care. Hey, watch this. Watch this. Who was this? Why do I feel this way? Who's that? I'll give you a hint. It was in New York. I'll give you another hint. He's British. Why do I feel this way? I said, shit, I don't know. And I'm watching it. And I'm like, because I caught the replay. I could have went to the fight, but I caught the replay. Y'all know the story. I told y'all the story. The phone calls I got. Yo, your man's down here with no fucking shoes on, looking like he got to take a shit. I'm like, huh? What's wrong with him? I don't know. Who's the tall white dude? James Bond looking dude? I said, that got to be Eddie Hearn. He said, yo, he's walking around down there talking about, I don't know. I was like, oh. When I came home and watched the replay, I said, he ain't right. Why do I feel this way? You got poisoned, Anthony. Welcome to planet Earth with your black ass. And Eddie Hearn didn't even know they were going to do that to him. They got you. They got you. They just needed you to come up off that undefeated record. They needed that. And you took a L at the Mecca of boxing in the Garden. Thank you. That's all they wanted. The rest was on you. Why do I feel this way? They got you. And me and Stormy talked about it right when it happened. We said, yo, you know what? He got his ass too. Yeah. The point was poisoning is very real. But of course, there was some asshole, oh, now you want to say, he said, shut up, man. Because when we keep it about the sport, y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to listen. And by the way, that Ruiz fight didn't have to happen. Because before all of that happening, there was supposed to be one face, one name between Wilder and AJ. That's all we wanted. And you goofed around, and now we're here talking about this. And there's still controversy. So I'm enjoying the fallout from this. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to tell you what y'all tell us all the time. Take the L. Fury fans, does Fury have fans? Fair use. So now Frank Warren is in his feelings because his brother was bipolar. So he thinks he knows the symptoms. All I'm asking with respect, and I'm not, don't play yourself. I'm not clowning Frank Warren and what happened with his brother. That's fucking tragic. Don't put that coat on me. You're trying. I know y'all trying. Don't do that. Just like when Dean White lost his son in some stupid, ignorant gangster nigga nonsense and someone killed his son. I didn't get on here and clown. That's tragic. I can separate the two. You clowns can't. So I'm not clowning Frank. I'm saying that he thinks he's an expert. Y'all ever spoke to a young mother when y'all were younger? Y'all ever had that chick around y'all way? Like, I'm talking about, like today, it's normalized for these chicks being 15, 16, having babies. When I was coming up, that was like, oh my God, what? When I was 16, there was a chick in school that got pregnant, had a baby. You know, you couldn't tell her anything about life. Her being a young mother, all of a sudden she knew everything. You should have seen her in class. We're in class and she's trying to school us because she know everything. No, it don't go like that because da-da-da-da. No, bitch. Just because you spit a kid out at 15, 16 years old, that don't mean you know everything about life. That means you're fucked up. And that means you didn't know any better. And that means you need to shut the fuck up and listen to people talk so you can learn more because you're already done fucked up. A know-it-all chick. And that's what Frank Warren sounds like. Bro, with respect to what happened to your brother, Frank, I just want to know, has Tyson Fury been clinically diagnosed as bipolar or manic depressive? Because you have to be diagnosed. Okay, fair use.
Simon.
Yep.
And he was borderline schizophrenic and suffering from this, and that's why I take exception to what's going down here and how easy and what these throwaway lines are about thuggish behaviour. It says making decisions or saying
Jesus Christ.
things that are out of character and others may see as risky or harmful. So that's what he's got, bipolar.
Did he fucking say any of this when he was running around ESPN with a blazer and no shirt on, bouncing around? Had American announcers saying, oh, well, I guess if you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you can do what you want. They said that. Did he say any of this when, after he cheated Deontay Wilder, he's saying, bye-bye, Miss American Pie? With all the bullshit he's done and running around wearing Batman costumes, looking crazy? That was the time he should have been like, please, he's bipolar, he's schizophrenic, he hears voices, please ignore that shit. He never said anything. Funny how this man loses and now we're hearing this. Oh my God, the privilege is crazy. Thank you, Queen. He can't say anything borderline without a diagnosis. Has Tyson Fury been diagnosed? Did Tyson Fury say that I've gone to the doctor and this is what I found? And did the doctor say, yo, look, you going through the motions, I don't think you should be in the ring? Is it safe for a paranoid schizophrenic, bipolar syndrome, a manic depressive to be in a boxing ring? Oh, I'm sorry, or is he trolling? Young Abel in that super chat, he said, complete cringe. Yeah, this is bad, bro. This is bad. Where are the articles? But hold on, I'm going to play more of it. Because, you know, look, I know why he's in his feelings, and I know Frank thinks he knows what he's looking at, but it's not. Not without a clinical diagnosis, but fair use.
What he hasn't done, what thugs do, thugs hit people. He's not hit anybody. Things have been said.
What thugs do? Daniel Kinahan, goddammit, what are you talking about? You see, oh my God, come on, man. Come on! What thugs do? He hangs out with thugs! Hello? He can't come to my country for hanging out with a thug! What is his definition of a thug? I hope every black person can hear this. Come on, man. Half of you dumb niggas didn't even know who Daniel Kinahan was. And I'm talking about you black people, you ignorant niggas. When I say, hold on. There was a Daniel Kinahan thing, and that's how D got, it was rotted from the inside out. And y'all don't even know it. There was some movie shit going on behind the scenes. And y'all called it excuses. But y'all gonna buy this shit? Shakur, Tank, Ryan, you three American fighters? American? Y'all don't see any of this shit? How? When y'all don't even know who the fuck Marvin Hagler is. Man, get the fuck out of here. Fair use.
A couple of things have been said and so forth because you say what's in your head. I might, or you might, because we have maybe a bit of filter sometimes, say things to each other.
I understand, Frank, but does this mean that when Tyson and those around him go off with insulting and disrespectful and diminishing comments about others, everyone's just got to accept it and say, okay, Tyson Fury's got bipolar, so we just price that in. When he starts insulting people, which he does regularly, when he starts diminishing people and making personal observations about people, which he does regularly, everyone's just got to say we all must feel sorry for Tyson because he's got bipolar, and all the acolytes around him, all his management team that come out with the same sort of nonsense as well, his father's behaviour over in Saudi, everyone's just got to sit there and say, no, Tyson, we all must now price that into our thinking and give him a pass on it, Frank.
Don't listen to me. That was another white man talking to another white man. So now that makes it substantial. He brought up, you see this right behind me right here? Pause. That's John Fury with blood on his head. Looking like fucking the bastard son of Bruiser Brody. my nerds that know what I'm talking about. Now the white man done call out the white man. Now that makes it correct? We've been saying this. Fair use.
No one's saying that at all.
Well, you kind of are.
And as regarding the team, I mean, you can only talk when you say management. He only has one manager and he only has one dad. And that whatever they say, that's not Tyson saying. But whatever Tyson says,
you are judged by the company you keep, Frank.
Well, you're asking me. Let me answer.
You are judged by the company you keep.
You haven't got to do that. But
Man, you
can
can't
fix it by saying he's bipolar. And what's in his head, he says, like at the end of the fight, Happy New Year. No one actually said at the end of the fight, in any of the reports, hardly any of the reports I've seen, except the guys who've been waiting to dig their knives into him, no one has said how they embraced each other, the fighters, how they...
Dig their knives into him? Excuse me. Let me ask y'all a question. This motherfucker's really mad that people are getting on Tyson Fury for losing. He's become a meme, and I got a meme for him, and I haven't put it out yet because it's, you know, I have to blur out something. But dig their knives into him. How many memes could Deontay Wilder have made throughout his entire career of the people he put to rest? He's never done it. You know what Fury did? Fury took Deontay Wilder's a still shot of him and put a big old dent in his head. Fury did that. And he's done countless things. So now people are waiting to dig their knives into Fury? Of course. Of course. Can't take it, can you? Because you know why? He never thought he'd be on the receiving end of this shit. That's why they're crying racism and asthma inhalers and all kinds of weird shit. I don't care. And let me go on record to say this. If it was an asthma pump, I can't tell. You can't tell whether it's a cross or an asthma pump or when they put a towel over his head and put a pill in his mouth. I can't tell. And guess what? Let me go on record and saying this so that so that way we understand each other. There's no misconception. If Usyk cheated, I don't care. How's that? How many years have y'all been following my channel? I speak about everything. If you get caught cheating, I call you out on it. I bring up Charles Conwell. Great fighter, well, good fighter, but he lost. Well, he pulled out of a fight. He pulled out of a fight and faked a hand injury and scrapped the whole event, thinking he was going to be the co-main event on Lopez versus Kambosos, and that fight didn't take place, so nobody got paid. And I did a video on that. I call out the corruption in the Olympic sport program, the boxing Olympics, the boxing program in the Olympics, and how Mauricio Suleiman said he was going to go in and try and save it. And I'm like, that guy's going to save it? Are you kidding me? Hey, no say? He said Haney got whooped like by a C-level fighter. That C-level fighter was on drugs, and we'll know that today, definitely. That's number one. Number two, good. You admitted that Ryan Garcia ain't shit. Good. And he needed to cheat to win. And we're going to clarify that today. No say. No way, Jose. Bye-bye. No way, Jose. Anyway. So I call out everything. I'm very consistent. So I'm not buying what Frank Warren is selling. Fair use.
Tyson must have kissed him about 3 times.
Frank, I'll give you the alternate view on this. The praise for Tyson Fury, over the years from certain quarters has been quite significant. And even in the article that I wrote last week, which you responded to, and one of these digital guys shoved a portion of it under your nose and you responded to it, referred to him as charismatic, enigmatic, charming, engaging. All of those are taken as a given. And the moment criticism comes, oh, hang on a second, that's unfair. And that's what people get a bit fed up with.
Well, I get fed up with what you say when the headlines talks about thuggery.
Well, there was thuggery in Saudi.
Assaulted? That's what the headlines say.
The language that he uses is thuggish and boorish. It is overbearing and unpalatable.
He's never, to my knowledge, been a thug outside the ring.
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you hear this? To my knowledge, this is the parent that goes to open school night and like 5 teachers are like, yo, look, your child is a menace. Not my kid. Not my kid. Your kid is taking pencils and stabbing other kids. We got to take him out the room. He's swinging on teachers, spitballs, all kinds of weird shit. Taking people's lunch and throwing the trays on the ground. Absolute menace. We've called your place of work. We can't even get in touch with you. We damn near about to call the cops, but your kid is only 7 years old. So now we're telling you, not my kid. This is Frank Warren right now. And then you meet the parents, you meet the kid's parents, and it's John Fury. Makes sense? John Fury can't come to America, and that had nothing to do with Daniel Kinahan. We just won't let him here because he's a fucking thug. Now, if I'd have been sitting there, I'd have been like, yo, what is he doing hanging out with Daniel Kinahan, man? Because it's his association with Daniel Kinahan why he can't come, to America anymore. Please explain. Unfucking believable. Fair use.
Anybody. Who's he hit?
Well, depends what you define thuggery as behavior.
None of that's happened.
Depends what you're taking exception.
The man is an absolute consummate warrior. You couldn't leave anything in the ring more than he does in every one of these fights.
And no one's questioned that, Frank, have they?
Well, they are. Some people are dismissive of it.
Okay, now he's mad because he's getting trolled. I'm sure he's getting trolled. Is Fury a warrior in the ring? Yes. Every time he's got dropped, he's gotten up. Okay, I'll give him that. But that's not the conversation. We're talking about, he brought up thuggish behavior. And all Simon is saying, yo, look, his behavior is what? Unbecoming. That's what we're talking about. And all of this because he didn't want to do an interview with Talk Sport, which is his people. You can't talk to your people win or lose? Now, question. Devin didn't do the post-fight. I was there. He left. They dug in him for that, didn't they? Well, Fury didn't talk to his own people. He don't deserve any ridicule. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
Well, they're not, Frank, and you've alighted upon this, and you're being remarkably defensive of it, and I understand to some extent why, but I don't feel that what you're pushing back against is unfair comments, because it is. I do hear you that certain people are jumping on the agenda because he's lost now and they can really stick the boot in, and I get that and I understand that, but I also think that there's an equitability and fairness. I think the way that, for example, if we're going to talk about vested interest, I think the way that Tyson's engaged and the ban that's been put on TalkSport is preposterous, and he's cited people like me who have been a major advocate of his over the years, a major supporter of his, because they perceive that one thing has been said. All of a sudden, everything gets up. Then I have to listen to the insulting disposition about how much money I lost, what I am, what I'm not, and everyone's just got to get on with that from Tyson. And there comes a point where people get a bit fed up with it. So Tyson has made himself fair game for this.
But you're a big boy. You should be able to take it.
I do.
You can't dish it out if you can't take it.
Correct.
And by the way,
so you dish it out, don't you?
Isn't it very simple? For me, I find it very simplistic. If he's continually getting stick, especially what he got from that idiot Adam Catterall, if he's getting the things that were said, about him and so forth. What? He doesn't have to speak to you. There's no obligation to speak to anybody.
And that's
there's
fine.
a lot of fighters don't even. Sorry, there's a lot of fighters don't even speak to the press. And the Mal, by the way, who are constant. I mean, it's not one. There's about 3 journalists in there who keep kicking him, and that is what it is. So he doesn't speak to the Mal.
Is he upset because the journalists are kicking his ass? Yo, listen, man. I hope you niggas are listening to this. They can't take criticism. Listen, man, let me tell y'all something about New York. Young Abel, what year is it that had the biggest free agency? I mean, everybody was free. Jordan, Miller, everybody in the 90s was a free agent at one time. Everyone was like, you know what? Patrick Ewing is still in New York. Listen, they can free up some space. We can get everybody over in New York. Jordan, Miller, I think Chris Webber, everybody. You know what's the major reason why a lot of people don't come to play in New York? You know what's the major reason? They can't take the New York audience. When you're winning, we love you. The second you start fucking up, oh my God. It is curtains. They cut your head off. This is one of the most difficult cities to make happy. I'm telling you. They will thrash you. They don't care who you are. It could be LeBron James. He come in here and have 3 bad games in a row, they're going to cut his head off. I've seen it. John Starks, once upon a time, was the darling. And then when Mike really got done with him, when they got a chance to shit on John Starks, they did it, and they did it bad. I said, man, I thought they loved him. The 1996 offseason. Miller, Jordan, Shaq. Bro, I remember that, bro. And that summer, everybody was salivating. Yo, we need Shaq. Shaq and Miller. No, let's just get Jordan. Nah, fuck Jordan. We hate him forever. Are we trying to win or what? What about Reggie Miller? We hate Reggie. Are you trying to win or what? But New Yorkers keep players from coming over here. Oh, yeah, let's throw that up. Wilder, so depressed when he lost. No, Wilder was living his life. Not talking or taking it on from whoever. Yo, listen, he turned off the media and went silent, and all of a sudden he was depressed. Whoa! Yo! Remember that? Yeah, Chuck Knobloch. Yep. Y'all remember that? Deontay said, you know what? Every time I talk, y'all twist my words. I'm not fucking with y'all. From real original media to some of you YouTube niggas that he thought he had a good relationship with, and they just took his shit and turned it around, and then get mad when he don't want to give niggas interviews, and all of a sudden they flipping on him. YouTube people. Not us. But they know who they are. Now they can't get an interview. And then when he stopped talking, that's a problem. So now, Fury's the victim. He lost. But now social media and everything is getting on his nerves to the point where Frank Warren got to talk about him being mentally ill. It's the first time I'm hearing it. And I want to see the toxicology report. Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to see the doctor's notes where he's clinically diagnosed as bipolar. Remember, everyone wanted to see the toxicology report? We said, yo, the man got poisoned. I want to see the toxicology report. Fine, man.
Frank,
by the way,
can I ask you, Frank, can I ask you
by the way, the Mail normally get 5 million people.
The Mail's a Mail. This is Talk Sport you're on. Frank, here's the thing. Does Tyson Fury's bipolar condition affect his mental state when it comes to reacting to criticism?
It's not criticism. It's things he comes out with. He will come out with something. And by the way, he's an
no, but
intelligent
as Simon
man.
Riley just said, sorry to jump in, Frank, but What amazed us was it, and this, we're not going to get into the Talk Sports situation, the Simon Jordan, Jim White situation with Tyson Fury, but not that long ago,
You didn't want to talk to them.
Dillian White, Simon and I waited for him in the England dressing room at Wembley. He came in. We felt we were talking to one of our best pals. He started off, Frank, by telling us how much he loves the show. He then went on to tell us how much he enjoys Simon's take on this, that, and the next. Simon's objectivity. He loved all that. And then Tyson changed. Is it because of this mental state regarding his bipolar condition that has brought about this change?
No, not at all. He's reacted to some of the things that you've
So
been
the
saying.
bipolar aspect of things has nothing to do with it then, does it?
Sorry, Jim, because you have a voice on the radio and an opinion, that doesn't mean that, that's all okay. If he takes exception to it, he has a personal choice to whether he wants to continue speaking to you or not.
And that's
he
fine.
chose not to.
And that's
And
fine.
that's it.
And that means that
So that's okay for him to do? But when Deontay Wilder said, yo, every time I talk, they twisted my words, I'm not going to say anything. I just want, and then he had to fight to get his rematch. Remember arbitration? Remember that? He had to fight for what was etched in stone. Do y'all forget Tay Jones told y'all that Fury was literally crying during the litigation? During the arbitration? He insulted my heritage. He insulted my people. Real tears, cried real tears. Where you Negroes at? Then got on here and lied to y'all and said, hey, I'm fighting AJ. It was on BoxRec. It was on ESPN. Remember that? And I called up Tay. I said, yo, what's all this news about he's fighting Anthony Joshua? He just said it online and he done spoke to a prince in Saudi or whatever. He said, man, we still in arbitration. Don't listen to none of that shit. I said, okay. Getting trolled all over the place. He's fighting AJ. I'm like, okay. Arbitration. I made it an acronym. Go look it up on I'm very creative. Go look it up. Arbitration. Arbitration wasn't over. And when we won arbitration, I went live. Remember that? Yeah. He had to fight to get the damn rematch. Was that a part of him being bipolar? Forgetting that he signed for a rematch? And Deontay got dragged for that. He got dragged for trying to get what was justifiably his. You have people saying, man, the second fight between Wilder and Fury was so one-sided, we don't need to see a rematch. Not we don't want to see, we don't need to see a rematch. Remember that? So now this dude takes his first professional loss, right? First one. And I'm hearing all these excuses. Oh my God, y'all upset with me, but that's okay.
Then let him taste the fury of my Negasword!
Y'all can't stand it. Oh, and that's right, Stormy. Y'all notice old media never covered the arbitration. Just like over here on ESPN, they never bring up Daniel Kennedy. He was there. And then when MTK Global sunk, and a list of fighters couldn't fly over to America because they was on a no-fly list. Josh Taylor was on that list. Was Katie Taylor on that list? I forget. Tommy Fury was on that list. Tyson Fury's on that list. The media never covered that, just like they never covered the arbitration, but they were so fast to say, hey, he's fighting AJ next. And everybody ran our channels. He's fighting AJ next. I said, we still in arbitration. What you talking about? And then when we win, BoxRec, that's the first time in history that I've ever noticed that they had to retract a fight, not due to injury, due to the fact that they had it wrong. But it's BoxRec. These are the same people that allowed someone to change Shakur Stevenson's Olympic picture on his BoxRec and put up his mugshot. Shakur, did you know that? Did someone tell that kid that? It was Savannah Marshall. It wasn't Katie Taylor. Savannah. Thank you, guys. I'm not perfect. Y'all remember that? Shakur? Does Shakur even know that they did that to him? You go to Box Rec and say, yeah, that's his mugshot. What the fuck? Then someone went in there and changed it to a regular picture of him smiling, and then someone put it back to the mugshot, which means there was somebody hawking around Box Rec and doing that on purpose to him. And then turns right around and says, yo, I support my people, but Tyson Fury, he beat Ali. He's a cheat code. And then when I got on here and I said, yo, listen, I don't give a fuck if you're biracial. I don't care. But I'm just asking, where was that Puerto Rican flag during the Olympics? And then you take your black ass to Top Rank, and now you want to wave a Puerto Rican flag? It seems pretty convenient. It seems disrespectful to the Puerto Rican people. Now you want to claim them? Why? For sales? What are you doing? What are you doing? Exactly. What are you up to, Shakur? And then turns right around and say, I support my people, but Fury's a cheat code. You support your people? You're supposed to shut the fuck up. Wait, hold on. You're supposed to get educated. In no universe does Tyson Fury beat Muhammad Ali. Hell, I'm going to do you one better than that. Do you remember when David Haye had signed to fight Tyson Fury? In the week of, David Haye had an injury and they killed the fight. David Haye was going to whoop his ass. A David Haye with no injuries would have beat the shit out of Tyson Fury. I picked David to mollywop his ass. But he got injured. Yeah, a prime David Haye. That dude was super talented. I picked David he was going to style on him. He was lucky. That was supposed to be his first loss. Drew, why do you say that? Well, go watch David Haye versus Nikolai Valuev. And I know Valuev is not of the same talent of Tyson Fury, but he's a hell of a lot bigger, and that dude was light on his feet. He didn't move like a robotic, clunking robot. No, he was light on his feet. And David almost knocked his ass out, I think in the last round. He outboxed him. He was going to do the same thing to Fury, who's smaller than Nikolai Valuev. Nikolai Valuev was 7 feet tall. The Russian dude. And he wasn't really a big puncher, just like Fury. He was just big, just like Fury. Fury with no drugs or whatever is getting knocked around the ring by MMA guys and getting schooled by cruiserweights. But I digress. Fair use.
On the flip side of that, the alternate view of how his behavior and the reaction to what he then goes on and says and does is the precinct of people like me or Jim or other people. But you guys take exception to that. But other people can't.
No, I take exception to the fact that I know him. You don't know him. You've met him in the Wembley dressing room. I know him. I deal with him all the time. I know the type of person he is. I know what he's been through. I know seriously what he's been through, some really bad times. And what I say about that is the fact that he has...
Man, Frank, you need to be on your knees offering to suck Wilder's dick. Are those the bad times you talking about when Wilder said, man, get your fat ass off the couch, lose some weight, and I'm going to throw some M's towards your weight to get the Gypsy King back in the ring? When Deontay Wilder literally saved his life. Those are bad times you talking about? Man. Bro. Those Europeans came to the Americas with their rats and syphilis. The natives of this land showed them how to survive. And what the fuck did they do in return? They put them on reservations. I'm supposed to feel this is a pity party for Tyson Fury? Nope.
He's a...
Before you call me racist, did I just lie? I'm supposed to feel sorry for Tyson Fury? After everything he's done, after how he behaves? As he's talking, think about how the media, American media, dragged Deontay Wilder. How they drag Errol Spence. How they drag Devin Haney. How they used to drag Floyd Mayweather. How they used to drag Andre Ward. But rolled out the red carpet for guys like Triple G. Guys like Tyson Fury. Guys like Lomachenko. Guys like the Klitschko's.
Officially diagnosed as being bipolar. So take that into account, all you geniuses who seem to just think you know everything.
Oh my God. Salute to the general in that super chat. He said, salute Drew in chat. Boxing has become a psych ward. Exactly. So now we all crazy. Now they all crazy. This is, man. Count on my brother. What's good? Let me get through this.
You don't know the background, you don't know the man, and sometimes the things he said, I've cringed at a few times at some of the things he said, but I know what goes down, and I know how it is.
Yeah, but
and
Frank, to jump in here, the fact of the matter, but Frank, the fact
because I had a brother who went through the similar
understood,
situation.
as you said earlier, but the fact of the matter is, Frank, we should never have ended up where it ended up, in my view. And I've been in this business. Now, hang on, Frank. I've been in this business a long time, the business of broadcasting and opinion. And you can't go one moment to having a relationship with someone as Simon and I had with Tyson, to the next minute it changes. And they ain't coming to Riyadh, and we're not talking to Talk Sport. And you as his promoter, Frank, had a duty to say to Tyson, that's ridiculous, they're coming, and you talk to them like you talk to anyone else.
No, I don't have a duty to do that at all. He's a man, he's over 21 years of age.
Oh my fucking God! Hey, yo!
That's kind of pretty before it gets started.
See?
Oh, probably when he did right. Crambo.
What the fuck?
When Deontay Wilder chose not to talk to the media, y'all can Google what they said about him. When he stopped talking, he was depressed and everything else. They dragged our brother. Now, Fury does the same thing to his people in Europe. And they say, Frank, you had a duty to tell your guy, you got to talk to your people. Because those are his people. Because they didn't say anything bad about him. They're impartial, right? And Frank's response is, my son ain't do shit. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the school scenario. He's over 21. He could do what he wants. Frank, you are enabling this fucking bipolar manic depressive. You're enabling that bullshit. And it's not right. And they reserve the right to talk about that grown-ass man however they fucking feel. Because it's true. And this is the first time we're hearing about bipolar, right? I asked y'all because I don't know. He said some of the shit he said, it was cringe. Did you check him on it? You should have had this bipolar shit worked out like 10 years ago. Fair use.
That's up to him what he
wants. But you're telling us his decision-making is affected by the condition he has.
So, Jim, I'm going to go and have a row with the guy who I'm very close to. I'm going to have a row with him over you guys.
Might not have been a row.
Well, you can let me answer, because it will be a row, because he won't want to do it.
Your job's to advise.
All right, if you invite me on the program, at least hear what I've got to say.
Cool.
So you asked me to speak to him, which I did, and Liam, who's your boss, asked me. We spoke and we tried to build these.
Liam is his boss,
and another load of crap come out, which I didn't agree with. And I've got to be honest, I found some of the things offensive, what was said about him and what was going on. But that is what it is. Not just you, and it's not just you. It's been. We've had many conversations about this. So at the end of the day, what do you think? I'm going to keep going to battle for Talk Sport? No, I'm not. I'm not going.
But the crazy thing is, we have a great relationship with you, Frank. We continue to
Yeah,
do so.
No, you don't have to, Frank.
And you do, but
you
I'll
don't
tell
have to
what,
go for battle, Frank. But you cannot. I think you know me relatively well, Frank. I'm an equitable, objective man. I stand by every single observation I've made about Tyson Fury, both good and bad. And you guys take all the compliments and none of the criticism. And it seems to me like a one-dimensional set of thinking, and I expected better.
Oh, do I need to run that part back? I'm gonna run that back for y'all. Listen to what he said. Run that back. Listen to what he says.
Single observation I've made about Tyson Fury, both good and bad. And you guys take all the compliments and none of the criticism. And it seems to me like a one-dimensional set of thinking, and I expected better.
There you go. There it is. They can't take it. They're mentally weak. Frank Warren put a cape on Tyson Fury because he thinks he knows what's going on in him mentally. He has a soft spot for Fury because he thinks he knows what's going on in him mentally. Frank, let me explain something to you. You have a soft spot for Fury because of your brother. Your brother was legitimately ill, and I feel bad for that. Tyson Fury is a fucking walking scam artist. He doesn't deserve your pity, Frank. That's my point, Frank. This guy's a scam artist. He's a hoe. He's a hoe. You know how you say you can't save these hoes? These little pretty girls come up to you, hey, you know, oh God, you know, my daddy, my mom, or whatever. That's why I'm out here on the street. And you, okay, come stay with me. And everything's okay. She's giving you the tail. Everything's okay for a little while. Then there's money missing out your wallet. Then your credit card missing. Then you come home and you get on the block and you see some nigga running out your house. You're like, what the fuck was that some dude? Who was that? Oh, you ain't seen nobody. And now she talking to you crazy. Then upon further research, you run into some motherfuckers that know her. They were like, oh, know her? You supposed to leave her where she at. No, her parents are in the church. She chose to be out here in the streets. She's bad news. You can't save these hoes. Didn't Snoop try to tell these, when I was a teenager when he came out, he said, we don't love them hoes. He said, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And it sounded harsh to women that don't identify with that. But when you get a little older, you start understanding, man, some of these chicks need to stay where they are. Frank, you should have left Fury, like how we say Deontay should have left his fat ass on the couch. Should have left him on the couch, man. Because now look, and now you're out here capping. Trill Will, my brother. Now he out here capping for him because he's feeling sorry for him because Frank has a personal story. And he thinks he knows what he's looking at. That's not it. You think that's a good, clean, wholesome chick that you bagged, but you don't know she got a body count of over 2,000. You don't know that, but you're going to find out the hard way. Even when niggas is telling you, yo, man, yo, look, maybe she turned over a new leaf, but she used to be sucking up nuts like a vacuum. Yeah, but that's how she used to be. My nigga, that was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, she got baptized 2 weeks ago. All right, bro. All right, bro. All right, bro. Let me hear a little bit more of this shit.
And if we're not going to get better, that's fine. It's no big deal.
Simon.
It's no big deal.
Simon, so did I from you. Because what you've not done any time in any of your columns or anything is mention that you've got bipolar.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, if I'd have written a column about Tyson Fury's medical condition, you'd have been over me like a rash.
Exactly, man. I'm gonna stop it right there. If he'd have came out and started talking about this dude was bipolar, that would have been a violation. It would have been, oh, you're attacking him because of his medical condition. And watch this. The public would have been like, hey, man, Can you prove that? Why are you saying he's bipolar? You don't know that. Why are you putting that coat on him? Well, now fine. They didn't say anything. Frank Warren said it. I'm saying, where's the proof? Where's the toxicology report? Oh, I'm sorry. That was Deontay. You can't poison water. Why he didn't take that water? You remember after he knocked out Dillian White? Dude handed him water. He said, if you had this on you the whole time, are you sure? And then he drank it. Now, why did he do that? You can't poison water. Why are you asking him that? I think I've made my point.
Zooming through the skies to infinity and beyond, no idea where I'm finna be. Can only hold out for hope of safe landings, but it's in, I'm gonna take what I'm handed. They gawking up at the sky like, it's a bird, it's a plane, oh my god, it's a being up this high, it was always the plan. At the end of the day, it's just me and my gang. It's just me and my gang. It's just me and my kid. Simple syllabic sonics written about the subject. Supersonic speed, the way people get on it. Sick of infinitesimal problems, slipping through cracks of my conscience. If this beat was a prison, then I'm a convict. I leave the tracks.
LDBC reunion. Get your tickets now. The link is pinned at the chat, at the top of the chat. Well, I think I proved my point. These Neanderthals could dish it out, but they cannot take it. Time reveals all truth. Now he's on the receiving end of it. And he wasn't even done a disservice. He wasn't cheated. He wasn't cheated. If he, oh, wait. Asthma pump, covering of with the towel and, popping pills. Y'all got to prove that. And I'm telling y'all right now, even if you prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm telling you right now, I don't care because of who it was done to. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I think I've proven my point. Now he's on the receiving end of it. And he wasn't even robbed. You know what happened with him? He got outboxed and it should have been stopped. He was saved by a ref again. Don't care. Don't care. We got to go through all this bullshit. We went through it with Deontay. Went through this shit with Cotto and Margarito. Going through this shit with Devin right now. Today's the 22nd. Stay tuned. Y'all don't see shit? I don't see shit. I ain't going to talk about it. Oh, well, you can't tell if it's a cross. It don't look like an asthma pump either. And where did the asthma pump even come from? Where did that even come from? You could see it's not a cross, but you're going to assume it's an asthma pump. And are asthma pumps illegal? Let's start there. You know what? Let's not even start. Nothing to see here. Usyk whooped his ass. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I just want to take a quick moment to salute the weirdos. And I want to salute the Wrench Gang.
Come on!
Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. Pep Talk tonight. Do not miss it. Got a lot to discuss, man. It's not a boxing channel, but you make sure you go subscribe to the Painful Excellence podcast. It's not a boxing channel, but there's a lot of movement going on in real life, and that's why I go to get that off. So I think the general should be on. Let's keep this ball rolling. Salute to everybody, all my supporters, all my haters. And today's the 22nd, y'all. Let's see what happens. And salute to Henry Garcia. I speak it the facts. You got nappy hair. I speak it the facts. Hey, we're gonna sue Devin Haney on behalf of Regis Progress. I speak it the facts. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.